Everybody wants to be successful, but only a few certain people actually locks in. It's not, people think it's just mainly just about talent and luck. It's really not. It's about being able to ignore your distractions, actually focus on what's important to your future and not the present. So now, what I mean by locking in is not the grinding for 24/7, not just the 90-day runs, but setting your priorities. You feel what I'm saying? Setting your priorities and being able to be uncomfortable and miss out on that temporary comfort and that fun. You feel what I'm saying? So, okay, what I mean by setting priorities, okay. So, do I want to go to this party or do I want to go edit this video? Do I want to go out with my friends and smoke and drink? Or do I want to put money into this business? Do I want to do my research? Or do I want to just be out with these girls or boys all the time? You know what I'm saying? Just setting your priorities. You know what? I'm not going to eat out today. I'm going to eat what's in the house. Not even today. This whole week, I'm not going to eat out today. I'm gonna buy me some groceries and I'm gonna eat in this entire week. I'm not getting no McDonald's. I'm not getting no fast food. I'm not getting none of that. That's what I mean by locking in, not just the typical 90-day run, the 24/7 grind and stuff. Cause yes, those are definitely forms of locking in, but it's not the realistic. You know what I'm saying? The 90-day run, that's locking in, but it's only 90-day. That's why I say I say 365-day run, 365-day run, because it's the year. But that's only a year. You gotta do that, the run 24/7, but not the grinding 24/7. If you feel what I'm saying, like, oh yeah, you gotta run off 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep. Oh yeah, you go to this one job in the morning. Okay, you get off in the afternoon, or an hour or two later you go to this next job and you get off at damn near 12, 1 in the morning, and you repeat. You got to get back up that following day at 5 or 6. That's not what I mean. Like, yeah, that's definitely a form of grinding, but what I mean is that set time for yourself. Like, yeah, that's a form of grinding, but I know 9 times out of 10, y'all are not going to want to do that. Or me. Like, I feel like I need some time to focus on my dreams and aspirations. I feel like if I had that type of schedule, I would not be able to put no time into what I want to do. So set your priorities and grind outside of what you do too. Like, put in this work, like the same work you put in your job, not even the same work, the work you put in your job, put 20 times more into what you're trying to do outside of that. Because if you're watching this video 9 times out of 10, you're not trying to work no 9 to 5. You're not trying to stay in the position that you're in. You feel what I'm saying? So set those priorities, right? Set the goal for yourself. All that. Set your priorities. That's literally what I mean by locking in. Set your priorities and being uncomfortable, being disciplined, and all that. Not the grind your ass off 2 hours of sleep, the 90-day run. You know what I'm saying? It needs to become a daily thing, and it's a slow motion. You don't just build these habits overnight. You're not able to lock in for real because you don't have time to settle down. If you don't have time to settle down, you're not locked in for it, because you know why you're not locked in? Because you're going to wake up, you're going to sleep, right? 2-3 hours, you're going to wake up and you're going to just be like, damn, yo, I can't do this. You're going to be going through so much in your mind, and yeah, that's a form of grinding, but it's not locking in because you're not locked in, because it's all this going through your mind. I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing this. I got to go to this job. I got to go to this job, and I got to find a way to eat at this during this late at night. And it's like, that's not locking in. You're stressing. We don't need you stressing during this locking, because you're not locked in. You're not composed, and you're not focused. You're not composed and you're not focused. You're stressing. You're scurrying around. You're trying to do this. You're trying to do this. You're trying to do this. You're trying to do that. Having that downtime helps you lock in even more, because you get to recuperate. You get to sit down and process everything. Okay, you get home from work, you process everything. Okay, this my plan is to do this. This happened. This happened. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna have time to think. You feel me? So now, what consists of this? Like I said, build habits. Why you need to lock in? Because if you don't lock in, right, you're gonna regret that shit later. Like, and during this lock in, right, you learn so many things. As you, bro, you're gonna become a whole different person. Cause during this lock in, you build habits, right? That's gonna take you further in the long run. Whether you take naps, you take long ass naps, whether you eat out all the time, whether you don't save your money and you just be splurging on like clothes, games, or whatever you spend your money on, things like that. And you locking in and deleting those habits, you just throwing them out the window. And that's going to help you a lot. Like, your life is going to change, because even if you could decrease your spending even by $50, $100, it's going to help so much. Because you know why? Because that $50 to $100 every week is going to build up. You feel me? That $100 you saved up, that you spent less every week, is going to turn into $400 that month. $400 is money, especially if it continues to build up. Now that $400 every month, that builds up. 400 times 12. 400 times 12, that is 48. 4,800. You just saved 4,800 for that year off of just $100, or you decreasing your your $100 of spending, whether it's food. You know, most likely it's food, because to be honest, you're not getting food nowadays. You're not getting food for like, you spending $15 to $20 of food at least every time you eat out. Food, like stuff that's been getting taxed now, you spending $15 to $20 every time you eat out. So 5 days a week. I said 5 days a week, 7 days a week. So probably during those weekdays, or like 5 days out of the week that you're working, you're going to be buying that food, and that's going to turn into $100 or some change. Rather you setting a day aside to go get groceries for 2 to 3 weeks, and you just spend probably $100, maybe $200 in that grocery run, and you save that. You just saved a couple $100 right there. You feel what I'm saying? So things like that, you just build habits, and as you build those habits, your priorities change. All right, instead of me taking this nap, because I don't take naps somewhere, instead of me taking this nap, I'm gonna go do research on this business, on my business. I'm gonna go do research on how to do this, how to do that, how to improve myself. You feel what I'm saying? So you deleting habits, bad habits, is gonna give you more time, and you're gonna realize more things when you delete those bad habits. You feel what I'm saying? You save money, you save time. Your mentality changes as well. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why you should really like lock in, because you're gonna appreciate it in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years, and so on. Like, and your life can literally change. Not even like, okay, yeah, you're gonna appreciate it in those years, because all right, the money you saved and the time you saved. But the thing is, the chances of you being successful, the chances of you being successful goes from right here up to here, because you are focused, you are grinding. And even when you're not motivated, you're still doing it anyway. That's another thing. Being locked in is not just, you just being motivated. You being locked in is you doing it even though you don't want to. You doing it even though it's a bad day. Even it's a bad day, and oh my God, yeah, your car broke down, your phone, your charger broke, and you not like, literally anything that can make your day into a bad day, and you still pulling through to what you want to do. You're still putting effort into what you want to do. whether it's basketball, sports, games, streaming, anything. You're still putting the effort. You're still taking that time aside, that 30 minute aside to do your research. You're still putting time aside if you're in school to study. You feel what I'm saying? How can I improve myself? How can I expand my horizon? How can I grow my career? You feel what I'm saying? How can I change my future? Things like that. Just little things. You're just researching the littlest things. I promise you. The littlest things the little things that you can learn is going to change, because even things are this small that you don't know can change. Things like, even though it's not small, learning about credit, your finances, learning about your savings, all that. Yo, your life, like that's literally like, to a lot of people, that's small, but to a lot of people, it's not. But that's really is like small if you really think about it. Small things, like small topics that not too complex, but it drastically changes your life once you know it. Because credit isn't too much of a big topic, but it does expand. It's a broad topic, but it expands to different things. You feel what I'm saying? So you learning the broad thing is like, all right, okay, I at least know this. I know the basic things. Then those basic things turn into, okay, learning about your investments, learning about your savings, learning about different accounts and different percentages and all that stuff, all that finances. Oh, what am I doing? My fault, y'all. I don't know. I'm just doing shit. But that's what I'm saying. So you taking the time to just build yourself up. Don't go to that party. Don't order DoorDash. Oh my God, speaking of DoorDash. Yo, delete DoorDash, please, yo. When y'all lock in, when you decide to lock in, delete DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that. Please delete that. Delete it off your phone, because you're gonna be so tempted once that paycheck hit. I'm about to treat me to some Chick-fil-A. I'm about to treat me to some Chipotle. I'm about to treat me to some Arby's. We not eating Arby's, but we not eating Arby's. If you eat Arby's, you need to be watched. But anyway, yeah, I'm about to just order me some nice food, and they tax you an extra $10 to $15 instead of spending that $10 to $15, $20 you already spending. Now you spending $30 and $40, $30 to $40. Imagine you getting that 5 days out of the week. That's $200 right there. Instead of $100, $200. Now you doubling that from that $4,800 to $9,600. You're doubling that. You feel what I'm saying? If you eating out, at least go to the place and get the food. That's what I would say. Little things like that. So if you spending $30, $40 on DoorDash, try to decrease like the little amounts. Instead of totally cutting it out, which is going to be hard, go to the actual place and order the food. It's things like that shows that you're locked in, that shows the dedication, and you're slowly detaching these bad habits from you. You feel what I'm saying? And I challenge y'all to set a goal, set a priority, set your priorities, and set a main goal that you want to reach, and lock in on that goal. And I want you going out when your friends say, you want to, no. Yo, delete DoorDash. If you get that paycheck and you want to eat, buy a couple noodles. If you don't feel like getting groceries, at least buy those noodles. Uncrustables, those little packages, buy lunch meat, anything. Things like that. Set your priorities. Delete, start detaching the bad habits. Start detaching the distractions too. Friends, parties, and just anything that you find a distraction. You don't gotta cut it completely off, but take it from up here to down here. You don't gotta completely cut it off. I will prefer you to, because it's like nothing is distracting you. The smallest distraction can take something away from you. That's why I say I would want y'all to cut it off completely, but at least take it from here to here. And that's it. If y'all made it this far, comment down. Let me know what y'all goals is and where y'all at. where y'all at in y'all journeys, and what do you plan to do? Anything that I just said, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, you want to tell me what your goal is, where you at in your journey on that goal, and or if you're not on that journey yet, what are you planning to do to change yourself? And that's the video. That's the end of the video. I love y'all. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.